So someone's feeling kind of cheeky. This person looks like they might have gotten a life insurance, possibly, on you. If you were married, or maybe you two were very close together. Sorry, card kind of fell down. And this is, you don't realize this, you don't know this with the moon. This is secretive. Someone's keeping a secret that they have life insurance on you. So they're probably able to get some of your personal information, and they're pretty cheeky about it. And if you found out, you could possibly be mortified. And this person, you know, if you ask them, they might lie, because we have lies here. And yeah, and so with the 5 of Wands, this person, you don't realize this person is secretly jealous of you. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in deep. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Rise of the Divine Goddesses. Welcome back, goddesses. Now, please remember that this is a general message, so it will not resonate with everyone. So please take what resonates and leave what does not, okay? All right. So we talked about earlier that someone was feeling mighty cheeky about some life insurance. And you didn't know about this with the moon. It's kind of secret. And if you did know about it, you'd be mortified, but you'd be even more mortified if you knew this person was actually very jealous of you. Now, this person is very arrogant. And by the way, I do have the cards on the table. So I got them set up. We're going to clarify these. This person feels arrogant. Yeah, they feel like they are a king. And also, this person can be very ruthless. Yeah, these are the emotions. So let me just go ahead and read this on the back. It says, with arrogance, it says, when you feel excessive pride in yourself, especially when paired with contempt or disrespect for others. So this person has contempt for you and some disrespect. And then with ruthless, having no pity or compassion, feeling cruel and pitiless. So this person who is ruthless has no pity or compassion. They feel very cruel and pitiless. They don't have pity for people because they're just very cruel. And then next we have vicious. So I mean, this person's emotions are just like out of this world, like very chaotic and out of control. With vicious, it says feeling violent, destructive, and a need to be cruel. So watch out. Someone's feeling very violent and destructive, and they have a need to be cruel. This vicious person. And then we have reluctant. So with reluctant, someone is feeling that, they feel that like they don't want to do something. There's something that they don't want to do. They're reluctant about it, though. And then we have nervous. Someone who's nervous, they feel edgy. They're on the edge of feeling alarmed or a little bit worried. So there's someone who's kind of cheeky, who feels arrogant, but yet they're ruthless and vicious. But for some reason, they're also reluctant and nervous about something. And I feel like they're nervous about what they want to do or what they intend to do. So take that, however it fits. And then we have neighborhood. So someone who's arrogant could possibly be in your neighborhood, sitting in a car down the street, watching you, possibly seeing who's coming in and who's coming out, and watching when you leave for work or come back home from work. Someone could be in your neighborhood. And then we have death. So we can take this literally. This person is feeling ruthless right now, right? Or this could be someone has changed and they have become ruthless. They've transformed. Maybe they were a nice person, but for some reason there's jealousy, and they're pretty arrogant. So this person could have transformed for the worse instead of for the better. And then we have boat. So if you go out in a boat, or if you're doing something, maybe you're going out with a group, or maybe you could be still in contact with this person, or be careful, because this person can be vicious when you're on a boat. If you're out boating, or you're out on a boating trip or some type of vacation thing with this person, so be careful. We have death on a boat, so I'm saying that. And then next we have fire. So something's burning. Maybe someone's burning to do something, or something that is burning out. but we do have fire. So someone, could want to start a fire, or someone is possibly someone could be barbecuing. I don't know, with a grill, and they're starting a fire. But someone's reluctant. So with fire, I don't know. What are they reluctant with fire? What are you going to do with fire? Wow. And then we have legal proceedings. And so someone's nervous about this. So maybe someone wanted to do something with fire, but they are nervous about it. They're reluctant about this fire, and they're nervous about it because this could lead to legal proceedings. Okay, and then we have the Four of Swords. So this person who's cheeky and arrogant, who could be watching you in your neighborhood, this person is not healing at all with the Four of Swords in reverse. This person is probably not getting rest. They're probably not healed spiritually, or maybe even emotionally. But they're feeling pretty arrogant, though. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So you could be in the King of Pentacles where you're doing really well. You're very prosperous. You could be very generous. You're doing what you need to do to grow your abundance. And there's someone who's ruthless and wants to end that possibly for you. Maybe you're doing something that's like growing a business, or some type of entrepreneurship. Someone wants to end that. Now we have the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords, we have vicious. So with the King of Swords, someone could be quite vicious, quite ruthless. We do have that there, and there's a bunch of swords all over this person. So with the King of Swords in reverse, someone, they're a liar. They don't tell the truth. They could be very selfish and very vicious. King of Swords is not the type of person you want to run into, right? And then we have the Six of Swords. So someone's reluctant. It has something to do with fire, about something burning. Or maybe they're burning, or they're on fire because with the Six of Swords in reverse, they don't want you to leave. You could have moved on to calmer waters, but they didn't want you to, and they're burnt about this, and it makes them feel reluctant. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands. So it looks like you could have blocked this person because you're protecting yourself, and you probably had to do some type of, like a what is that? Oh goodness. I forgot what you call it, but you get this to keep someone like maybe 100 feet away from you, or just to stay away from you, because looks like you got protection with the Seven of Wands. You're protecting yourself, but it looks like there could be a lot of people that you have to protect yourself from. You could be dealing with people who are arrogant, cheeky, ruthless, vicious, people who are reluctant, nervous. So, because there's six other swords, so you could be dealing with someone like that. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify this. So there's a lot going on in this situation. And we're going to go ahead and clarify. Let's see what we're going to use. Let's use these. All right, so let's get some tarot. So what's arrogant? What's arrogant? Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. So someone who's very assertive, they're impatient, very direct. This person could be very ambitious and motivated, and they're daring. So they're arrogant enough to just be very daring to do something. And then we have Queen of Wands. So someone who's feeling very ruthless, it's because they see you as the Queen of Wands. They don't like this. They want this side of you to end. They see you with the King of Pentacles. You're doing well. You could be possibly making money or something. So you're very passionate. You're determined. You're attractive. You're confident and self-assured and charismatic. And there's someone who's ruthless that does not like that. What's vicious? What's vicious? Okay, so with the Knight of Cups, we have charming and an idealist, someone who's determined and tactful and graceful. And so this person is vicious, and you're like the opposite with the Knight of Cups. You're very charming. You're idealist. You're determined with the Queen of Wands because you're very ambitious and charismatic. You're very tactful and graceful. But there's someone who's feeling vicious towards you right now. What's reluctant? Ooh. Okay, that's too many. What's reluctant? So someone who's feeling reluctant sees that you're very resilient with the Nine of Wands. So they're, the way they're acting and being cheeky and arrogant, you might have been hurt, you might have suffered something. But now they see that you're very resilient. You're close to succeeding. You're very persistent. But this person who is reluctant is feeling fatigued about this. They don't like your resilience. And so they're kind of reluctant. They want to start a fire or something, but they're reluctant. And then we have nervous. So with the Three of Swords, this person is nervous because they're feeling heartbreak. It could be due to the separation you two have. And so they have a lot of sorrow and pain and grief. And it's probably because they caused you a lot of trauma, and now they're nervous about this. And this could have something to do with the legal proceedings and the fact that you blocked them. And on the bottom, we have the Four of Wands. You wanted to possibly have a home with this person. And maybe a reunion or something. You wanted stability. You wanted belonging. You wanted to celebrate with this person. And things didn't turn out that way. All right. So let's see, what is neighborhood? What is neighborhood? We have judgment. So this person who's hiding out in the neighborhood, who's very assertive but very impatient and daring, wants to return to you. But you've had an awakening now. And, because of what happened with your judgment, you have awakened and, you feel like you've reflected on this situation and you feel like, you don't want to deal with this person, So the judgment for them may not be that great. They want to return though, but they have all these very, very negative emotions. So, but now they're watching you. They're in your neighborhood because they want to return. Okay, so we have two. Now with Death, the Seven of Pentacles. So they're, you're getting a reward. You're harvesting things. You have a lot of results. You have a lot of growth and progress and patience and planning, and you're very focused. I mean, you're the Queen of Wands. You're very passionate. You're attractive and confident, very self-assured. And this person who's feeling ruthless wants to end that with the Death card. They don't like it. They want that to end. And then we have Four of Wands. Oh, that came back out. So, you're investing in yourself, your own stability and celebrating yourself. So with the Four of Wands. So let's find out what boat is. Clarify boat. Clarify boat. We have the Empress. So you're the divine feminine. You know, you could be pregnant. You know, you're very nurturing, very beautiful. You're all the queens combined. Maybe you're going to take a trip on a boat. I don't know. You're very charming and idealist. You know, so, you know, and you too, with the Knight of Cups, you could be meeting someone new. There's someone who could be younger, a knight, who wants to maybe make you an offer. But be careful, because we do have vicious beneath that. This could be a person who wants to come back in as the Knight of Cups to bring you an offer. But you're an Empress. You're an Empress energy right now. Okay, and what's fire? What's fire? You have the Two of Swords. So this person sees you resilient. They're reluctant because with the Two of Swords, things are at a stalemate right now. Things are stuck. This person is in denial about their emotions and what they think of you, how they feel about you, and you know the whole life insurance thing, and you not knowing about this. And so they could be in denial. And so you're trying to make difficult choices right now because you're at a crossroads, right, with the Two of Swords. And, you know, things could have just burned. You know, things just caught on fire, and, you know, it's just a stalemate. You know, you're really trying to make difficult choices right now. Okay, so next we have legal proceedings. What's legal proceedings? You have Three of Cups. So clearly there's a third party involved with the Three of Cups, because this person is heartbroken. Now they're in pain and in separation, or because of the separation. They're in grief and sorrow. And they could possibly feel that you're getting these legal proceedings. Maybe, you know, you're divorcing or separating or something like that. Or maybe, you know, restraining order. That's what I was thinking about. With a restraining order, you're protecting yourself with the Seven of Wands. This person could want to get back with you, try to, you know, reunite with reunion. They want to get back, but you don't want them to get back. You don't want to get back with them. All right. So what's the Four of Swords in reverse? Oh, that's a lot. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. So with the Four of Swords, this person's not healing in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse, this person is not healing. And they're being very possessive over you right now. But you have boundaries and you have limits. And this person think that you're hoarding your energy away or you're holding back from them. But, you know, you feel like this person's not healing. They have a lot of insecurities. They're stingy. And, I mean, they're getting life insurance behind your back. And then, you know, with the Five of Wands, this person is jealous and very competitive with you. Okay, so what's the King of Pentacles? Okay. The King of Pentacles. So you're with the Queen of Wands, you're getting a lot of stability, you're celebrating that, you know, you may not be doing it publicly, but, you know, because you were isolated, but you are, you know, you have family legacy. And this could be why this person wanted to get life insurance. You have an inheritance, possibly, foundations, you know, and higher commitments with the King of Pentacles. I mean, you're very abundant. So, of course, this person desires you, wants you. They possibly want you for what you have. Okay, what's the King of Swords in reverse? Temperance. So this person is like losing it, you know, they're like out of control. They're vicious. They see you as the Empress. They see you like Temperance. You know, you have this angelicness about you, this, in your goddess energy, you want peace and tranquility. You want balance. You know, you're a very patient person. You want harmony. And this person sees you as that, and they just can't stand it. Oh my goodness, you get on their nerves. You know, how are you just so innocent and so holy and just, wow. And they're like the total opposite of you. I mean, they've changed. They've definitely changed. And not for the better. What's the Six of Swords in reverse? What's the Six of Swords in reverse? No way. The Six of Swords. This person did not want you to leave, and that's why they're reluctant, and they're burning, wondering what you're going to decide with the Two of Swords. But you're being very resilient, and you're persistent. You're close to succeeding. This person didn't want you to go, but you are going. Six of Swords. You're leaving this behind. You're moving forward, and you're distancing yourself from this person. Okay. What is the Seven of Wands? What is the Seven of Wands? Oh. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So we have commitment, dedication, and work and effort. So you're committed to, bettering yourself, to your goals. You're resilient and you're close to succeeding. And as long as you stay committed, you will succeed. Remain dedicated and work hard, and put in all that effort. And that's what you're doing. You're very focused right now. You're focused on making your money, on a craft. And on the bottom, we have the Ace of Cups. So you are loving yourself. This new love is you loving yourself. You're having an emotional awakening, and you're using your intuition more, and you're very spiritual right now. You're very spiritually minded. And that's great. But you're definitely dealing with someone who's very vicious. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tales from the Heart Oracle. Okay, so I have the cards. After shuffling, I put the cards out. So now we're going to dive in a little bit deeper. You know how your person feels right now, and they're just not in the greatest emotions. Their emotions are very chaotic. The emotional intelligence is clearly out the window. Okay, so we have cold as ice. So someone feels that you are cold as ice. Yeah, and they're not happy about that because, this person is ruthless. Oh no, they're arrogant. So they're very arrogant. I know ruthless is there, but yeah, it's very arrogant and patient. But they feel that you are cold as ice. So they're viewing you as a bitch right now. Okay. And next we have my person. So they still, seeing you as the Queen of Wands, they still feel that you are their person. And then we have timestamp. So it seems like something's going to happen in divine timing when it comes to a Knight of Cups or someone charming coming into your life, or something to do with your determination. And then we have magical moments. So you're definitely, enjoying yourself. You could be taking trips, a lot of vacations, just really pouring into yourself with magical moments. And then we have special recipe. So, someone could be doing something to like spell work or, root work or something like that, or looking to someone to do that, a practitioner to do it to you. Okay, so let's get some tarot. Let's get some more tarot here and see. Oh no, actually I want to use the Intuitive Kev with this. So let's go ahead and use Intuitive Kev to clarify. That's some oracles. So whoa. That wanted to jump out really fast. Let's check this out. Okay, we have otherworldly. celestial, extraterrestrial. So this person just, they feel like you're otherworldly. They don't know how to take you, but they know you're cold as ice. Okay, so what's cold as ice? We have exposure, bare, reveal. So this person who feels you're cold as ice feels like you're like, they feel like they're being exposed. Oh, excuse me, in some kind of way. You make them feel bare. You're revealing something about them. Maybe, the arrogance and the ruthlessness and the viciousness. And that's probably why they're feeling reluctant and nervous. All right, what's my person? Oops, I didn't even get two. So you could be dealing with an Aries. But this person sees you as a Sigma. They see you as independent, intelligent, fearless, strong, and silent and mysterious. So they still see you as their person. Of course, with the Queen of Wands, you totally got it going on. So yeah, you're different from the rest. Sigma is not the same. It's not like Alpha isn't bad, but Alpha likes to take control and just be in charge. And you may not be like the in charge. You could be, but you may not be the in charge type of person. But you're more of the mysterious type of person. You're strong and silent, and so you don't need to have to take charge. You're going to do what you're going to do, and you don't even have to say a word. And that's probably why they feel that you're cold as ice. So what's timestamp? What is divine timing? We have game over, ending, completion. So as far as the divine timing, this person is very vicious. It's probably time, for you to end this. Now's the, completion. It's time for it to be complete, over with. Okay, what's magical moments? Okay, so it's someone seeing you who's reluctant. They're seeing you doing all the things you want. So remember, we had special recipe, right? Someone's using I don't know, they could be doing voodoo. A special recipe could be trying to put stuff in your food. I mean, there's so many things. This person is trying to bind you. They see you're living a good life, because you have special moments. You're making special moments for yourself. Like I said, you could be traveling. You could be, have a hobby, doing things that you really enjoy. And this person wants to bind your finances, your love, your spirituality, your energy. They want to bind those things. Okay, so next we're going to just go ahead and look at these first. We have love like fire. You two could have had a lot of chemistry with one another. I mean, this person wants to return, and so they're sitting outside of your house, just, being creepy. You guys had a love like fire. And then we have wrong turn. Maybe they took a wrong turn and got with someone else, right? You might have wanted to have a home with this person, some type of stability, a belonging. You wanted, maybe at one time you wanted a reunion, but this person took a wrong turn, or you could feel you took a wrong turn by getting in the relationship with this person. And then we have colors. So someone could be in the closet hiding who they are, or someone is showing their true colors, right? Their arrogance, their cheekiness, their viciousness, their ruthlessness, right? With the moon, they had a lot of secrets. And then we have timeout. So you're like a hold up, stalemate, stuck. With the Two of Swords, you're making a decision to time out things. You decide to separate, to stop relationship and just like, hold on, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this anymore. As a matter of fact, I don't want to do this anymore. Hence you being cold as ice. And then we have jack of all trades. So the reason you did this because this person had a lot of options. Yep. And they actually sampled the options, didn't they? All right, so let's clarify these 5 here, and we'll move on. What's love like fire? What's love like fire? Okay, so this love that you two had at one time was very strong. You had a lot of chemistry. You had a lot of sexual chemistry or something at one time, but your person got involved with a group or association, a cult or a coven, and there's 3 women there. And so there's 3 women that they could have been working with to put a spell or use spell work or something, or hex you or something, hex the relationship. There's someone they knew. And then we have, with the wrong turn, we have, I'm never wrong. A narcissist. So this person was a narcissist. I mean, they're dealing with, they wanted to find you. I mean, I see spell work and witchcraft, and, this is very heavy. This person was a covert narcissist, a malignant narcissist. They didn't feel they were wrong. And they took a wrong turn. Okay. Then we have energy work. So you were protecting yourself. When you said, no, I'm done with this, with game over, this person showed you their true colors, and you had to do some energy work to heal yourself from this person. And you realized this person was not who you thought they were. You probably just turn to more spiritual things. Next, we have timeout. What's timeout? Oh, so we have fear. Now we have reluctance over here. Someone was hoping that this binding that they would do would keep you with them, but you decided not to, and so now they're in fear. They're concerned. They're really worried that they might have lost you. What's the jack of all trades? Okay. Oh, there's 2. Okay, I'm going to take this. Okay, with the jack of all trades. Oh, no, there's 3. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so this person with the jack of all trades was a player. So they had a lot of women. But with you, there was something different about you, to the point where they had to get someone to do, a practitioner to do some type of spell work, binding on you, because you're otherworldly. I think you scared this person because you were so different. This person could have been addicted to drugs, medication, or something like that. And you could be a Libra. If you're not a Libra, you're in Libra energy, where you're very diplomatic. You're diplomatic with this person. You're very romantic and charming, and we did have that. You're easygoing and very sociable and idealistic. We have that too, and peaceable. This is your character. And, this person didn't treat you right, because they're like the opposite of you. They're a player. And you're very romantic. You want to, you really want to be with this person. But, they're doing all kinds of witchy stuff. Could be part of a cult, a coven, or a group, or some type of association. Okay, so next we have sexual healing, deadly words, the aftermath, free to go, and forbidden fruit. Okay, so it looks like someone wanted to have sexual healing with you because you guys did have love like fire. Very passionate, very fiery relationship. Maybe it was mainly sexual. I don't know. It could be that, or just it was just very intense, you know. And or maybe it just, I don't know. Maybe it just didn't get far enough, or I mean, it could just been an interruption. This person does look at your pictures though, so they're watching you. They could be watching you on their phone, online. This person could have said something to you, something that wasn't very nice. They were like deadly words. And you said, with the middle finger, you said, look, this is not worth my peace. Yeah, over the King of Swords in reverse. So you were like, I'm out of this. Oops, sorry. I'll just let this do it. She said, I'm out of this. Sorry about that. And then you're free to go. See? Six of Swords. You're leaving that situation. They didn't want you to. That was their fear. Their fear was you leaving. So they tried to bind you. And then we have forbidden fruit. So were you the forbidden fruit? Or did they get with someone who was a forbidden fruit? This could have been a Libra who was the forbidden fruit. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these. What's sexual healing? What's sexual healing? Okay, so while you were healing this person was out being promiscuous. This person had a lot of lust. That's why they, had either jack of all trades. They had a lot of options. So he was hanging out with the sidewalk gang. So women who in the sex industry or something like that. Or just women who are just very lustful, just like themselves. Okay, what's deadly words? What were deadly words? Okay. We have parents. Maybe you told your parents about what this person said to you. I want to clarify some more. And we have angels, spirit guide. So you're very angelic. You're trying to you're trying to help this person. Try to guide this person. Maybe you told your parents that. Let me get one more. And, even though they were probably promiscuous and easily guided away from you, this person still found you to be very alluring. You were the main female. You were just as enticing and attractive, but angelic. You're different. So yeah, you could have talked to your parents about this, about what he said to you, that you felt that you couldn't believe the person said what they said. Okay, so what's the aftermath? Okay, we got two for this one. This person could be a Capricorn. And if not a Capricorn, you're in Capricorn energy, or they were in Capricorn energy, you or your person. Says practical and prudent. You're ambitious and disciplined, patient, careful, humorous, and reserved. Yeah. So you were like, you had enough. You're patient with this person. You're prudent. And so, and you felt that it was practical for you to just say goodbye. And then we have spell work. So yeah, this person, you were like, maybe you knew that this person was doing something. Things were just weird happening around you. And so, with chaos, spell work, black magic, and curse and hex. So yeah, look at this. This person was doing spell work on you. Putting a black cloud around you, or a dark, weird cloud, with those little characters there. causing you to have issues. Or this could have been a Capricorn that could have been doing this to you. All right, so what's free to go? You decided you're leaving. You're taking, you got your bags packed. I think that the ancestors said you're free to go. You don't need to stick around and deal with this anymore. Okay, so free to go, spiritual rank. Yeah, so you're a very spiritual minded person. You have a high spiritual rank, and the ancestor says it's time to go. And this is what they were in fear of, because they were trying to bind you to them. Yeah, see the source. Yeah. So you're free to go. You're good. So what's the forbidden fruit? Someone did something with fraud or about fraud. Oh, look at that. Insurance, identity fraud, insurance fraud, identity fraud, check fraud, tax fraud, mortgage fraud. And remember, in the very beginning, we had life insurance that this person could have gotten, you know, and they kept this a secret from you, or they could have lied about it. Let's get some more. Okay, so we'll take these two. Okay, we have law and order. Yeah. So you could be taking this person to court or calling the authorities or getting legal proceedings against this person for fraud. And then we have fortune, but you're going to still get an abundance, a lot of luck and good fortune. We do have, let's see, the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So yes. So they may have said something deadly. You talk to your parents, you know, and maybe too, you're being guided to possibly walk away from this person with the angel or spirit guide. But you could have been sent to this person to help guide this person spiritually. I mean, you're just as beautiful, but you know, they like the street gang. People who are lustful like them, and promiscuous like them. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some tarot on this. See what the tarot has to say. Let's see which one. Let me try this one right here. These cards, please. Okay, so what is exposure, bear, reveal? Why does this person feel like they're exposing them in some kind of way? Because your temperance, they fill your quota as ice, but you're not. You have temperance. You're very balanced. You're very patient and balanced. You're very patient with this person. And so it revealed that they were the one who was being arrogant. Maybe it could have been telling people that you were this and that, you know, you're just so cold to them, but you weren't. And temperance. You're very patient, very balanced. And what is Sigma? What's Sigma? Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, so we have the Lovers in reverse. So with the Lovers in reverse, you realize that this choice that you made to be with this person has haunted you. You know, as a Sigma, you're very strong and you're very mysterious. So, you know, you decided you didn't want to be lovers with this person anymore. This was a haunted choice. You're haunted by this choice. It's like, why did I get involved with this person? And what's game over? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. So you decided to, because the Queen of Wands takes action and she does what she wants to do. Okay, she's in charge, she's ambitious. And you decide to say, I'm done. I'm ending this. This is a completion. Game over. The Queen of Wands. And you're confident and you're very ambitious. So you You're doing you. That's what you decided to do. Okay, so what's binding? All right. Binding, you're letting go. With the Four of Coins, you're no longer holding on to this. You're letting this go. And with the binding, they can't bind you. You got the swords, you got high spiritual rank. No way. And, angelic guidance, you're letting this go. They can't bind you. You're able to break free from the things that bind you, the spell work they tried to bind you with. Trying to bind your money, with life insurance, trying to take your money, in fact, right? Not wanting you to get in another relationship with someone, or even your energy, your spirituality. Next we have, for special recipe, we have the Magician in reverse. So someone was trying to manifest punishment for you. That is crazy. And they were using spell work to do this. So let's find out about the this group or association your person looked like they were involved with, this cult or coven. We have the Two of Wands. So this person was holding back. It looks like the witches encouraged them, hold back. No, you should hold back. Don't give her all of you. Don't tell her how you really feel. You should hold back so then you'll know if she really does love or care. Big mistake. So if they listen to these witches, this coven, this group or association they were with, to hold back from you, it was a big mistake. Okay, I don't know why I keep shuffling up. I'm just going to go ahead and pull. Okay, so next we have a narcissist. So this person is with the Fool. They feel completely foolish, and they're fearful of your new beginnings. This narcissist, they're fearful of it because you no longer are choosing them with the Lovers in reverse. And they were holding back from you. So it is what it is, right? So what's energy work? What's energy work? We have, so this person, because you did energy work, you become the Queen of Wands. You're very ambitious and, you're very confident. This person feels it's unfair because you become more spiritual. And they feel like you're biased or something. There's unfair bias that you're doing this to them, that because, they were holding back. You decided that, I'm just going to end this. I don't want to choose you anymore. And this person feels it's unfair, and that is, or that they're fearful of you having new beginnings. They feel that it's unfair. And how that you're treating them, it's like, who do you think you are now? They feel that you've changed. So what's fear? What's fear? We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Unforeseen challenge. So they're feeling karma. They're fearing they're going to have bad luck because you're having all this good luck. You're having wonderful things happening for you. And this person is afraid of the unforeseen challenges they're going to have to face. Hold on 1 second. So we have 3 here. So we'll grab 3 cards. So what's otherworldly? Why do they feel that you're otherworldly? With the Four of Swords in reverse, this person is, they're about to burn out. They're just not healing, and you're healing. You're different. You're just, the total opposite of who they are and what they're doing, and they're going to be burning out soon, while you're becoming otherworldly. And what's drugs? We have self-deception. So with the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this person, with taking drugs and medication, they're and having addiction, this person is deceiving themselves with, maybe they feel that this could cover the pain, but they're not resting, they're not healing, they're looming on looming towards burnout, and they're taking drugs, and this person is really deceiving themselves. This person's going through a tower. They're dealing with a painful transition of you two not being together. What's Libra? What's Libra? We have the Ace of Wands. So this person feels like you're causing useless delays for them by not accepting them back. Basically not letting them get what they want. So that they feel you're causing useless delays with the Ace of Wands in reverse. So there's no new passionate new beginning. And two, they could want to possibly use sex too, or intimate relations to get you to come back to them. Okay, so what's promiscuous? What is promiscuous? We have the Nine of Wands in reverse. This person feels drained and defeated. With all that promiscuity, all that lustfulness, they're just draining themselves out. They're burning themselves out with all these different energies they're involved with. They're the jack of all trades, so they're just, burning themselves out. Being involved with all these promiscuous people, lustful people. Okay, so we have 3 here. Let's get 3. Okay, parents. So you're trying to resolve conflict. Maybe your parents are telling you because of the deadly words they said that you need to resolve this conflict with this person. And then for angel or spirit guide, you have the Sun. Yeah, so see, you came into this person's life to give them clarity, to give them unbridled joy. And then what is the main female? 2 of Swords. And so they forced you to make a difficult decision because you had everything they needed and wanted, but they were greedy, they were narcissistic, and they were arrogant, ruthless. And so you had to make a difficult decision. And they were saying very nasty things to you with their deadly words. Okay, so we have 2 here. So what is Capricorn? What is Capricorn? So with the 3 of Wands, this person that you said, if they're a Capricorn, if you're a Capricorn, or maybe the people, one of the persons they were involved was a Capricorn. This person is having an unexpected setback. And so the spell work they tried to put on you, or hex or curses, backfired because they had an unexpected setback. So... And then we have disconnected goals. Yeah. So with the Page of Coins in reverse, this person had disconnected goals. This person was selfish. They're trying to put spells on you and it backfired on them. Or maybe you just realized what was happening and had a return to sender. All right. What's fortune? What is spiritual rank? Source and fortune. So with the spiritual rank, you are looking forward to the future. You're in the present. Let's say that. You're in the present right now with your spiritual rank. This person now is living in the past with the Six of Coins, or sorry, Six of Cups in reverse. You know, they're thinking about the way things were, but, you know, they made their choice. And then we have Source. So Source is blessing you, helping you. This person is dealing with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, unforeseen challenges. And with that, this person is having underlying instability. So your spirit guides are protecting you, and this person is definitely experiencing karma with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now, what's Fortune? What's Fortune? We have the King of Swords. So you became the King of Swords. You decided to have ethics over emotion. You no longer allowed your emotions to carry you away, you know, because this person just did not treat you right. They were ruthless. They're very arrogant, got involved with third party. They were very lustful, dealing with promiscuous people. And you decided you didn't want this. And so you put ethics over emotion. You no longer let your emotions rule you. And that's why you're able to gain fortune. One second. Yeah. Yeah, because you realize this person was had an underlying instability going on with them. So what's law and order, fraud and law and order? Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. So you definitely got insight. You found out this person was definitely frauding you. You found out the truth, that this person wanted to get life insurance on you, to possibly steal from you. This person was secretly doing this. It could have something to do with a cult. Maybe they had to sacrifice you or something. And then we have the Nine of Cups with the law and order, authorities, court, and legal. You're going to get your wishes granted. So if you wanted a restraining order, you're going to get it. If this person frauded you and you want to get money back, you're going to get it back with the Nine of Cups, wishes granted. And not only that, you're going to have a lot of abundance. Remember, fortune and abundance and luck. Now on the bottom, we have the Eight of Cups. So this was stagnant to you. You decided you're going to walk away. You walked away from this. Yeah, this person lost courage. And you decided to reject them because you felt this person was entitled and there was just wastefulness. They wasted your time. And you were emotionally unfulfilled in this situation with this person. Okay, so let's see what they have to say. But it looks like you've made your decision, but this is to confirm your intuition and also to spiritually guide you, but ultimately it's your decision to make, what you intend to do. So let's find out what this person has to say. Okay. Now with Temperance, I want to treat you the way you deserve. Yeah, because they saw that you were like very angelic, you know, they saw that. You're patient with them, very balanced with them. And then we have, let's see, this is the Lovers in reverse. I fantasize about you. So see, they're thinking about you. I mean, they're looking at your pictures. Possibly watching you online if you have a platform. And you probably have a gut feeling that they were doing this. So they fantasize about you, so they're still thinking about you. And then we have the Queen of Wands. I know that we have a soul connection. Now that you're doing you, looking beautiful, attractive as ever, now they know. Since you said game over, now they know we have a soul connection. Okay, then next we have the Four of Coins, letting go. I want a future with you. Now that you're letting go, they want a future with you. And then we have the Magician. They wanted to manifest punishment on you. So, I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. You never know what you got till it's gone. Listen, baby. So they're manifesting punishment. And now they're sorry that they hurt you. Wow. Okay. And then we have the Two of Wands. So they were holding back. So remember we talked about the Knight of Cups. Someone could be talking to you that was interested in you. They said, I hate seeing you with them. And remember, they're sitting in your neighborhood watching you. Or it could be watching you online. Maybe you have on your platform or your page, you're out with this person, or just, with a group with this person, and they notice that you're paying particular attention to that person. But they were holding back, and now they hate seeing you with someone else. Okay, so then we have the Fool. So they feel foolish, and they're fearful of your new beginnings. That's why they hate seeing you with someone. I should have fought for you. Yeah, they should have. But instead, they listened to a coven of witches or some group or something. And then we have Justice. They feel that you're being unfair and biased. And so they're saying now, I'm in love with you. But you're being unfair and biased with the Justice in reverse. Next we have, with the Wheel of Fortune, let's see, unforeseen challenge. So, they didn't foresee these challenges that they would have. And so they said, you tame my demons. Yeah, that's because, you decided to walk away. And so, they didn't expect this. This is unforeseen challenges. Now they want a future with you. You tame my demons. I'm sorry, I don't mean to mock this person or anything like that, but this person, you saw all this, what the spiritual guides, your spiritual work you were doing, your high ranking, your patience with this person. This person is a total opposite. The narcissist. You're an empath. Clearly you're an empath and they're a narcissist. Okay. All right. So we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So someone felt like you're causing a useless delay. Oh, it's because they feel that you're causing a useless delay because now they're ready for commitment. I'm going to leave that alone. Next, we have drained defeat. So with the Knight of Wands, this person feels drained and defeated now. They said, I've been working on myself and I'm not the same as I was before. Yeah. They don't have you in their life. You were very healing to this person and they took you for granted and decided that they wanted to steal from you life insurance. Fed you lies. Okay, so next we have the Two of Swords. You had to make a difficult decision. And now they're saying, I was selfish and stuck in my ego. You think so? They're arrogant, remember? Ruthless, vicious towards you. They're being very cruel towards you. Wanting to be violent, aggressive. Okay, we have the Page of Coins in reverse. So this person feels disconnected from their goals. They said, I'm holding on to the memories of us. They're disconnected to them because all they can do is think about you. Look at your pictures. Look at your lovely pictures. We have King of Swords, ethics over emotion. So you're like, I'm taking my feelings back. Give me my love back. Give me my emotions back, my feelings. I want it all back. And I'm going to shower it all upon myself. So let's see what they have to say. You're always on my mind. Yeah, because they're no longer on your mind. Because you're putting ethics over emotions. Lastly, we have the Nine of Cups. You're getting your wishes granted. What do they have to say? I realize all the mistakes I have made. Of course. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. And on the bottom, we have, I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. Right. The witches, right? The cult, the coven, the group, the association. They allowed, I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. So they, and that's why they're just so reluctant now and nervous. They know they messed up big time. Okay, my beautiful goddesses, I hope this has confirmed your intuition, whatever you're going through, and I hope some of this resonated with you. Maybe you gain new insight into this, into your realm of what's going on with you and your person. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching my channel. And until next time, my beautiful goddesses, continue to rise.